Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Craig Bennett, aka Cash Keg. I'm here to do a tutorial about our projection EV tool for Prizepicks over at our site at dailyedgesports.com. So if you have access to that tool, we're going to kind of break it down a little bit, show you the columns, and kind of just explain it a little bit. So hopefully it helps you out in your research process. So with that, we're just going to dive in and kind of talk about it a little bit. Let's get after it. All right, here you can see the dailyedgesports.com's homepage here. So we bring this up, and under tools is where you'll find the projection EV tool. So I'm going to talk about this one. Again, we have the Plus EV. We also have NBA Elite Edge tool, as well as the comparison tool. NBA Elite Edge tool, it's very simple. The Plus EV is very simple. The projection EV does get into a little bit of the weeds, so I figured best talk about this one because it incorporates the Plus EV into it. So we'll talk about it a little bit. So if we pull this up, kind of see what we have for today's slate. I'm recording this on a Tuesday here, December 12th. And so as you can kind of see, we have multiple sports up right now. We're going to talk about NBA, but again, we have 5 sports up right here. And you can kind of sort through all this. So we're going to pull up NBA to kind of talk about it. But again, you can choose any sport you want to. This one is just with the team. If you want to search just a specific team with the drop down, if there's a specific statistic that you want to look at, you can look at this as well. Just kind of dive through them. It's pretty easy. Or if you want to come in here and decide, hey, I want to see only Devin Booker and see what he has to offer, you can do that really easy by just typing in the search bar here. So that is something that I do a lot because there's kind of times where I want to research a specific player and I like to pull up all the different stats that we have. So this tool, just to let you know, it is 100% live. It pulls down the API directly from Prizepicks. So this is a tool that is live 24/7. There's no setting anything. The projection model as well, it is live. So the projections that we do have here, it's a tool that if there's injuries that are in and out, it's going to automatically change the minutes and projections for those guys. It does all that in the background. So we're going to kind of just dive through each and every one of these columns so you can kind of see what it's about. And once this thing is pulled up, I will mention it is automatically sorted by DES hit percentage. So I'm going to start with this one just because this is what it's sorted at. We have it sorted high to lowest. And the one we are honestly looking for, if you just want to find a play that's got good value, 60% or above is what we're kind of targeting for a really good value play. Now, if you've been around a little bit, we used to call this Diddy EV, but now it's DES hit percentage. DES is just Daily Edge Sports hit percentage. That's all it is. And it's a blended metric that combines both the book line and the projection hit percentage to give a holistic view of the projection's potential success. So again, we're looking at 60% and above. This one's a taco, as you can tell. We have a projection at 26. Again, so it's around just under 62% here. If we kind of look at the one up here, this one, we have it at 63%. We have the projection 6.39, and the line is at 7. So if this is a spot where now we'll dig into this a little bit, but this is basically the DS hit percentage. We're looking for 60% or above. That doesn't mean you can't play any of these above here. That's just kind of a rule of thumb and why we have it sorted. So when these lines come out early, the night before generally, that's a good time to jump on this because the value moves so fast, especially at Prizepicks, that again, looking at that 60% or above is something that we're really going to look at. So again, I've talked about this a little bit. You can sort by this as well if you wanted to sort. Again, we have it automatically sorted by highest to lowest, but you can sort any of these columns as well. We'll start from the left though. Again, this is just player name. It's very self-explanatory. League, again, we're going to search by just NBA. So we're going to filter that out. So it's going to take the rest of them out. But again, this is where we're going to pull through league here. I always sort it by the sport I'm looking at just to get rid of some of the other things that I'm doing. If not, if you want to look at everything, by all means, just uncheck it and it'll pull them all in there, or clear them all. Again, this is team. You'll notice here where it has the NBA, Golden State Phoenix. This is just one of the combo plays. So that's why you're not seeing a team name there, because it's just one of the combo plays. But very self-explanatory line. Again, this is the PrizePicks line that you'll notice that's on the website that PrizePicks is given out. So that's what that line is here, is for the PrizePicks line. Here's the statistic that it is. Again, combo play, fantasy points, very self-explanatory. This is our custom projection. So this is coming off the model that we have. This is live. So anytime there's injury news, this thing will change just as well as the API from PrizePicks changes. It all changes in real time. So make sure you're always refreshing things and getting the best line or the best information that you can, or the most recent information, I should say. This is so we're kind of looking at. So again, this Tatum Taco is sitting at 22.5. We got him projected at 26 points. It's pretty self-explanatory in that. And then the play. Now this is just all this is doing is telling you is this an under or over play based off the projection and the PrizePicks line. So as you can tell, the projection is 6.39 for Curry and Booker threes. The line's at 7, so it's going to tell you to take under. So if you just want to see this, if you just want to look at over or under, all this is doing is just taking what our projection is and what the PrizePicks line is, and telling you what it would be for the projection play. Basically, it's just a recommendation, based off the projection. That's all that is. Book wise, again, you'll see Pinnacle out here. You'll see DraftKings. This is basically where we're getting this book line from. And then you'll see Daily Edge Sports. Now that Daily Edge Sports, what that is doing is just it's basically telling where the line originates from, right? So Pinnacle, DraftKings, but the Daily Edge Sports, it implies a line. It's combining the sportsbook data and the projection data to kind of ensure that we're getting a comprehensive coverage for this. So anytime you're seeing that, that's what that is. It's not just a specific book. It's combining a few things to pull in that line. But if you see Pinnacle up here, this is the Pinnacle line that Pinnacle's giving. This is one of the sharpest books that's out there. So anytime that's showing a Pinnacle line, I really like it. If it doesn't have a Pinnacle line on it, we'll pull it from DraftKings, and that's why you'll see this at the 1.5. So if you notice, our projections at 26.5 for Jason Tatum points. Pinnacle has him at 26.5. And then if you go over here, this under and over payout is basically what the book is telling you. So for instance, if we just look at this Jason Tatum, 26.5 is the line, and they have minus 115 on the over for 26 points. Now, we always talk about, we like to get this line on PrizePicks for over minus 137 is what we're looking for. So you can actually search for this. This is just plus CV, honestly. This doesn't take anything in the projection. So if you're looking for from the book line, under, over, this is just really the plus EV section. We just have it in this projection EV tool because it takes that to get the DS percentage. It takes that as well as the projection and creates a formula that spits this out. So I use this. That's why I don't really use the plus EV that much, just because I can come in here, I can sort for, okay, let's look at all the over payouts. Pinnacle's saying Klay Thompson at minus 169 on the over at 22.5. As you can see, PrizePicks line's already moved it to 23.5. We have it at 24.22. So maybe this is a play that you want to take on here. The projection is looking to go over a little bit. The line again at Pinnacle's 22.5. The reason why the hit percentage is not so high because again, PrizePicks already moved it. They're so fast at moving value. But that's where I'm looking at this. So if we're looking at anything just plus EV wise, I'm always looking at something that's over minus 137. Again, that just comes down to the math of what we're playing. Donovan Mitchell here. If you want to look at any of these and kind of see if it's something that we like. Now we have Booker under this at 38. His over is minus 146. I might not agree with the projection all the time, right? So this might be a situation where Bradley Beal is supposed to play today, so it kind of changes things a little bit. But I don't always just look at it and be like, okay, well, the projection's at 37.5, his line's at 41. I'm just going to play the under. Well, I'm going to take in consideration everything. I'm going to look at the book line here and see what it's saying. Again, they're pushing over on the 40.5 at minus 146. I might just take the over on this just as a plus EV play, and thinking maybe the model doesn't have the data for Bradley Beal. So all this is kind of just taking all this in consideration, there's no like right or wrong answer. There's no like, hey, this is the play. If you want to look at just one answer to play everything above, hopefully at some point next year, we're going to be able to pull all these metrics in and be able to grade them to see what the actual hit percentage on certain these DS hit percentages. Like I said, 60% or above are usually pretty good plays. So if you just want to play straight, the best plays on the board, look at the 60% or above. So again, we sorted it here by over payout. If you want to look at the under ones, same kind of deal. Minus 180 on under 6.5 rebounds. Now, again, PrizePicks has adjusted this already to 6. We have them for under 6.5 at 6.04. I'm not sure I want to take that, but I could look at another place, another book, and see if the line's at 6.5. And if we got it, Pinnacle's got it at minus 180, that's massive value. If you can find this line at 6.5 somewhere, that's when I'll be like, yeah, I'll play that, definitely. But they moved it down to 6. I'm not saying it's not in play. Maybe you want to look at playing that for sure. But if you can find a book that has a 6.5, that's where you can kind of use this. So that's where I'm always kind of sorting through these, the under payout, over payout, just kind of looking and seeing. We're looking for minus 137 or above for great value. But it doesn't mean it's a point where I'm just going to go all in and be like, okay, this is what I'm looking at. So that's kind of how we, look at the book line for the plus EV portion of it. The book play percentage, if you're looking at this, all this is doing is expressing the odds as a percentage of a particular play, so being successful. So that's really all the book play percentage is that. And the projection hit percentage, again, that's kind of looking at, it's just a likelihood in percentage terms that that prediction will be correct solely based on the projection data. So this one's only looking at projection data. As you can see here, Jokic, the line's at 9. We got him projected at 10.71. That's why you're seeing this percent hit at 60.18, minus 137 on the over. So maybe this is a play you want to look at. Again, the line was 8.5. PrizePicks, again, moved it already to 9. We got projected at 10.71. So this is where, sometimes you don't just want to look at the DS hit percentage. Sometimes you want to look at the projection percentage if you really like the projections and see if anything's kind of coming at you there a little bit heavier. As you see the free throws made, this is just pulling in our projections. We have them under that at 4.84. You're not going to see any book line on this. And that's why one of the other tools that we have is NBA Elite Edge tool that pulls in the free throws made, offensive rebounds, all those that they have. And it's just solely based on projections. And that's why you see this here. It doesn't have any book value stuff into it because there's no book lines on things like this. So that's looking at the projection hit percentage. Again, book play percentage, if you just want to see if there's anything here. Jason Tatum points again, 66.81%, just because that line is so low because there's a taco. If you wanted to look at, under payout on Holiday's rebounds, it was a minus 130 on 6.5. Again, we like to look at anything over 60% really, but if you want to dig into a little bit, we're going to project it at 6.16. As you can tell, PrizePicks already moved him down from 6.5 to 6. Recording this later in the day, a lot of the value has tended to be gone already. But that's how we're looking at it. It's very simple to use. Again, it is automatically sorted by DES hit percentage, but you can sort through all these. I highly recommend using this on a desktop than a phone. Use it on a tablet or desktop. It's way easier with all the different information that's out here. It's just way easier to pull all this stuff up using it on a desktop. So like anything with a spreadsheet like this, it just makes a lot more sense to use that. So hopefully this helped you guys out a little bit, kind of going through the PrizePicks projection EV tool. You can get access to this with our elite membership. So if you come over here and wanted to get access to the elite membership that we have, this gets you access to this. So if you want the projection EV tool, subscribe to Elite or DFS Plus Elite. These are the two that will give you access to that projection EV tool. And if you want a free month of Elite, you can get access to that as well just by pulling this up, going to free month. And if you are a first-time account on any of the following here, just kind of follow the instructions on this page and you'll get a free month of Elite and free month of all these tools. You get access through Elite. So if you want access to all these tools, you can get them for free just by following these simple instructions here. And yeah, hopefully that helps you guys out. And again, appreciate each and every one of you guys. We'll keep adding more tools to the toolbox that we have over here at dailyedgesports.com. Like always, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.